Welcome back to the HoodCast.
The opinions expressed on the HoodCast are those of the guests and the host. They reflect no inference or agreement by HoodTech Productions or HoodTech Productions LLC or HoodCast LLC. The information presented on the HoodCast is not intended to offend any race, creed, religion, sexual orientation, or nation of origin. Please listen at your own discretion.
It is now time.
It's time.
Get ready. Let's do it.
What's good?
What it do, Willie Bigs? I think that it is time for the show, bro.
All right, it's the HoodCast theme song. It's about time we gave y'all a new one. So G-Mac got us in the booth. Let's go.
Hey man, we back. It's the show from the past. So get your drink and grab a seat because we're here. And if I didn't before, let me make it clear. We on Instagram and Facebook, turn us loud up in your ear. We're shining brighter than a hanging crystal chandelier. Hanging from the roof, shenanigans funny as hell. You know, man, we the truth. Without further ado, I hit the boards and grab the mic. We get online a little early so we can get our sound right. And then we go off and show off when we do our thing. We spit the truth to the world. I hope you understand our slang. I am the host who they call G-Mac the boss. Trying to make up for the lost time in the few years that we lost. We play that 5S music, it's the same thing all the time. My passion is so dapper, you can tell it in this rhyme. I'm good on my refreshments, I done went to the store. The moment we all be waiting for. It's our time now for the show, yeah.
All right, let's go. It's HoodCast. You know what it is, your favorite show, twice a week. www.hoodcast.podomatic.com, hoodtechproductions.com. G-Mac, I'll tell them what it is, bro.
For sure, that's in the present, but it's from the past. They say the HoodCast boys are one hell of a cast. It's the show that say that makes your stomach weak. Instagram and Facebook twice a week. For sure, that's in the present, but it's from the past. They say the HoodCast boys are one hell of a cast. It's the show that say that makes your stomach weak. Instagram and Facebook twice a week.
This is Robot Ron, and now the moment you all been waiting for. G-Mac, Willie Bigs, and Coke.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of HoodTech presents the HoodCast. www.hoodtechproductions.com. This is HoodCast 277. Let me get this screen off of here so y'all can see me. Even though my thing is black, G-Mac is back, baby. HoodCast 277. And let the snitching begin. I shall bring in the crew. Gen E. And guess who's back? The dude. That dude right there, Willie Bigs.
What's up, people? Good to see y'all.
And last, they came in late.
Uncle Koki.
Uncle
Koki.
Uncle Koki. What's up, bro? Welcome back to HoodCast 277. Let the snitching begin. And boys, been a lot of that.
I'm glad to have you back, Biggs.
Thank you, sir. I'm glad to be back.
How you been, man?
Good. Had a little vacation, had a little time with the family. Woo, need a little breaky break, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I need one. I'm doing some late nights, working on some stuff. And last couple nights, I'm getting to bed like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Have you been pimping?
Have I been what?
Have you been pimping?
No, I haven't been. No. No, I haven't been pimping. Not that pimping is easy. I haven't been pimping.
Because I can't see you in nylon socks and I can't see you dressed like Koki. I just can't. That is disturbing.
No, it's more like camouflage shorts and Nike sneakers and whatnot. That's more my uniform. So no, ain't nobody been pimping out here.
Okay.
But now I just been I came down to Arkansas, saw my moms and checked on the family, friends, saw all our family and friends. Went over to Riot. Of course, he was barbecuing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Little Dre, regular Dre, Little Dre, all the Dre's.
My arm pop. Thank you, Lord.
Gloria, the whole crew.
Oh, rotator cuff.
So yeah, it was all good, man. I'm happy to be back. How's everything while I was gone? I've been listening to the show. I've been hearing y'all go down some serious rabbit holes.
Yeah.
You know how we do.
I was deep fear, very dark places.
Yes. Y'all even pulled out some old conspiracies with the Pizzagate. I was like, wow, y'all pulled that out.
Yeah.
You know, a dude got killed because of that.
Yes. Yeah.
Ran up in that pizza shop and killed somebody because they thought they was gonna help the kids escape from a basement that didn't exist.
Yeah.
Building
and then it just kind of disappeared. Yeah. So.
Well, yeah. Somebody got murdered on a conspiracy theory.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's not the first time in history that has happened, but
no, it won't be the last either. But
Speaking
of conspiracy theories and people getting murdered, y'all been watching the January 6th hearings?
Yeah, watching it all day. I can't stay off of the shit, man.
You know what? Let me ask you something.
A U.S. attorney from Georgia. Oh boy, he was singing like he drunk the coke, boy.
Boy, I'm telling you.
Ooh, I had to record it.
He was singing like Whitney, wasn't he?
What?
My thing is this here, man, and we ain't gonna prosecute this motherfucker, man. Why are we doing this shit?
That's my thing. It's just a waste of time. I mean,
whole lot of money, whole lot of resources.
Whole lot of money. Yeah.
You know, I
don't see the point.
I mean, you got a guy that got away with 2. Okay, so you got impeached, but there's no punishment. What bothers me about Congress is they do a lot of stuff that's ceremonial and pomp and circumstance. And you think you're really hurting somebody because you're going to put a dirty stain on them in history. You're talking about a dude that was already a shit stain. What more can you do to a shit stain? Donald Trump was a shit stain in the book of history anyway.
Well, I mean, to me, Trump is like the drunk uncle at the family get-together. You know he's there. He's a part of everything. He's going to always be there until death. So let's just move on. Pass the potato salad.
Yeah, but see, that's the problem is you could just move on. And not only that, you don't want the next motherfucker to come to the barbecue to be even worse.
True.
See, my thing, I'm like Koki. Either prosecute this motherfucker or make this nigga just disappear. Like he need to go into a black room and go poof. And we don't have to hear from him no more. Because if he can do what he did and then keep on popping up on Twitter, popping up on television, popping up. It's like saying I robbed you and I walk by your house every day and go, yeah, I robbed you. And ain't shit you can do about it. You stole $250 million from people based on a lie. That fraud alone should warrant locking your ass up. But because he's the president, we know he's not going to get locked up. They should at least not allow him to be able to run again, hold public office. They should freeze his fucking bank accounts. They should break this nigga.
Well, it's treason.
Yeah,
what happened January the 6th was treason.
I mean, he's a fucking terrorist himself. The real Crips and Bloods are Democrats and goddamn Republicans, man. They're red and blue. Them motherfuckers,
yeah, they're banging on top of everybody.
Them the motherfucking real true gangsters.
Right.
You know, them motherfuckers right there. Them like I mentioned like I say all the time. We need to, if we can hit their ass with the RICO, man. They mobsters, man. They do organized crime.
The government is the biggest mob in the face of the universe.
I mean,
motherfuckers and politicians though, they when they come on organized crime, you have a dude who's a small town country, like they call a storefront lawyer. Meaning he ain't in a big corporate office. He got a little office downtown somewhere, maybe a receptionist at the front. Got a little office in the back, maybe his partner, his assistant got a little office, about 3-room type of spot in the Deineke building. He got a little bitty shit going on. This nigga runs for fucking state. Building. He runs and wins a state legislative position. Then he goes on to the U.S. Senate. Inside of 10 years, and this motherfucker becomes a millionaire. When he barely was making 6 figures 10 years ago, now this nigga's a multimillionaire. He ain't done nothing new.
Nothing new.
He ain't wrote no book.
Pushing paper.
But he ain't wrote a book. He ain't got a movie out. He ain't been even doing a hella talk show. You just look around this nigga's stock portfolio that went through the fucking roof.
So who you talking about?
What I'm saying is Congress people are allowed to fucking invest the money in the same shit that they see bills and legislation in front of them on. That's the ultimate insider trading. A lot of businesses, before you can even open up or do anything, you got to be clear to do business. You got to register the business. You can't go into just decide, I'm going to go into the electrical business. I'm going to go into the gas industry. I'm gonna go. So they know what companies are coming, what businesses are coming, what industries are rising, and they invest in them. Like I said, how you be a little country lawyer, win a state Senate seat, and inside of 4 years, you're a fucking millionaire. You're like, yo, this dude was barely making $100,000 on his law practice.
Where did this come from?
Where did this new money come from?
Though, are you talking about that? What's his name?
You name any of them.
Any of them. That's
yeah,
the
but
story
from Arkansas,
of
from fucking
of
Georgia,
them.
90% of them, they go there as local politician, blah, 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 activists, and leave that motherfucker multimillionaire. And not all of them got a big book deal or a Netflix deal. The one thing about Obama you could say was, okay, you got a book deal. That makes sense. You just paid off your student loans.
But
you
he worked
rich.
for Acorn. I mean, he actually earned his stripes.
I get that. But you got other cats that straight up. Look at what's his name? The dude Joe Manchin, the dude, the Democrat who's a fucking Republican in disguise.
Yeah.
This motherfucker got a big ass yacht, $multi-million in a bank. He works right with the fucking coal, oil, and gas industry. He's in their pocket so much. I mean, the niggas in their pocket like a fucking wallet. Like, come on, bro.
That he is.
And he in that little bitty pocket too. Don't forget that little bitty pocket on the
little secret one that's at the top. Yeah,
he in that motherfucker.
He in the little Levi pocket. Extra pocket, the little fifth pocket. He closest to the balls.
Yeah, you know that motherfucker. I'm everywhere. I'm all in your asshole too.
So them dudes is the ones that's the problem. So you can't expect those guys to honestly go after the biggest grifter of them all. Some of them actually admire this motherfucker. Like, dude, look at the money he racking up. Look at the money he racking up.
They do. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Every time they talk about the crime, they always go back and he managed to fucking build his followers out of $250 million. Like, yeah, y'all saying it like you want us to be like, oh, that's horrible. But really, you saying it like, yo, look what he did. You know what I'm saying?
And then nobody, they say like, well, where the money go? It ain't going to shit.
Motherfuckers out here, Kanye shrugging like a motherfucker.
Right. It's going to be huge.
Yeah. It's going to be huge. Man, Trump is feathering a nest in Eastern Europe somewhere.
That motherfucker sit over here like this right here. We're going to win this race.
And then what kill me is everybody's sitting here talking about, oh my God, Ivanka told them. And
oh shit. She said, I didn't agree. I agree with Attorney Bill Barr.
That's all she said. I said, y'all act like she dropped this huge atom bomb.
Like she walked in like, yeah, they was in my bedroom plotting. I got all the plans and the maps here. Here's the way we let them in. Here's the people we had escorting them. Here's the press passes we got. You know what I'm saying? She didn't come out with none of that shit.
Anything. Right. I'm like, what is this?
It ain't like
honestly, I don't think Ivanka and Jared had nothing to do with that.
To be honest with you,
I think they were just two fucking idiots who happened to stumble across a good situation and was like Jared was just trying to get money to get his family's real estate business popping.
Right.
They was trapped in that building 666 in New York City. They couldn't do nothing with that building, wasn't not moving. He was trying to take advantage of his access to the White House to get him.
He's in it for the ride, man.
Yeah. Jared's standing around like,
Jared don't know nothing about nothing. Jared in his corner sucking his thumb.
Ass. He look like he's real pale, boring motherfucker. That motherfucker
like a real fucking vampire.
That motherfucker. That motherfucker got fangs that come out of the motherfucker.
That nigga's a daywalker, boy.
Because I'm telling y'all, that has got to be the lily of the valleyest white powdery mountain of Caucasus inhabitor I have ever seen in my life. I mean, that boy is milk white.
That motherfucker is powdery.
I mean, he is. I looked at him. I said to myself, "Ooh, somebody get that child some vitamins."
They didn't get him a spray. He didn't get the spray tan that his wife and
you know what? Get. No, let me tell you. You know what? It wouldn't take.
With butter.
It wouldn't take. You know what? I saw a video of him coming out of their home, and I said to myself, "I'm like, I've seen white." I have, but looking at him, I'm like, you are so vitamin deficient. I'm like, somebody
you
get
see
that
the veins
child.
In his face. You get close
somebody
enough
get
to
that
the
child some
that's
beta carotene.
That's why they say, beware the pale white horse. Goddamn.
Behold, it's white as death.
Yeah, well, I don't think they had anything to do with it, but I honestly believe, like them, like I said, the Proud Boys, the Oath Keepers, the 3%ers, all the other fucking little weird Boy Scouts, and all the niggas was Boy Scouts, and they was little, they all grow up, now they want to play Army, running around, going to the little Army surplus store, buying their knockoff gear, getting all. You ever seen somebody got on 3 holsters, ain't got one gun? You got all this shit. Got a canteen,
all these little badges and
insignias. All kinds of shit.
You know what they look like?
Little Boy
Lord,
Scouts.
forgive me for what I'm about to say. They look like day treatment patients. They do. I have some
They're
little day
wrong.
treatment patients that just had their little badges and they had their little canteens and they just be dressed ready for war and they fit a bust of grape
Ain't
and
finna
Welch's
bust a
background.
grape.
Just, you know,
But
they just,
I
they
think
just
all
get
those
ready.
dudes.
See goddamn grapes, motherfucker.
But they came there, man. They talking about, oh, we thought Trump was telling us to do this and Trump was telling us to do that. And the thing about it is, they knew better than the shit Trump was telling them.
They
But
did.
they needed an excuse to do something that they wanted
They
to
just
do.
wanted to do something.
Now, Trump, dumbass, he knew he was riling them folks up. That's why he was so happy. He watched that shit go on. He sat there and
Yeah,
watched
he
it like he
did.
was watching his own reality show.
And
For like
watch
4
this.
hours. Like
He
4
said,
hours.
Yeah.
I will go with you.
Oh yeah, he wasn't going nowhere. He was like, "I'll go with you." They went that way. He went this
And
way.
ran with this way.
He said, "I'll be right there.
I'm
I'm
gonna go this way.
just gonna wash my hands. You know, everybody wash your hands. I'll be right back."
Look, he did this right here.
Slid out.
Hey, that motherfucker, them motherfuckers ran the vice president down into the bottom basement where
Oh yeah, Mike Pence
Hey,
said I
man.
wasn't gonna be seen running from the Capitol. He was like,
And you know what?
I am
You cannot tell me that Mike Pence is not sitting up here chewing Xanax like candy at this point.
That nigga's
You can-
hot too.
I know.
He
Did you
mad
not
as
see
fuck.
him?
Yeah, he mad
He
as
is
fuck.
hot.
Yo,
Dude, you called me a wimp and all kinds of shit. We say,
He called him
I
beyond
went
the
to
wimp.
a certain talk show this morning. Me and my homegirl, and they were they was talking about, do you think Mike Pence is a American hero for saying that the votes weren't that the votes weren't tallied, because they was like the black suitcase. All them extra votes they giving to him, the little black suitcase.
But you know what? I have a question, and this is one question that has not been answered yet.
What?
And the one question that had not been answered yet, and somebody asked me this, and I have the answer. But the one question that was asked was, what made this fool think that Pence had the authority and or the right to appoint him as president? I said, because he's an idiot.
The Eastman letter. The Eastman letter from the lawyer Eastman. Eastman was the one that came up with the theory that Pence could send the election, the certification back to the states so that they do new electorates and have a whole nother little, Pence could send it back to the states and tell the states, this is wrong. Go back and look at your electorates, get new electorates if you have to, and then recertify, and then we'll find out who really won.
Yes, but didn't the Eastman letter acknowledge that overturning could spark violence? Because that's what Miles and I was talking
That
about.
is like people who fucking get the instructions for making a pie and only read down to the part where it says pour in. They don't read how hot. They don't read how long. They don't read water, milk. They just they just pour this shit, throw it. No. He's found something. The thing about the Eastman thing is, first of all, you brought something to the president. And I'll be honest with you, I think Eastman's the evil motherfucker. I think he just came in there like, I'm finna start some shit. Like, he like that little kid that come running over your house, everybody playing, getting along. He come in there and drop something on the floor and be like, oh, Mark did it. That's this nigga.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Why would you give a crazy person who's obviously unhinged an option that they could possibly use to get to overturn the election? Why? Why would you do that? If you knew it wasn't something you could do, why would you do that?
It's like
But to start some shit.
A spoiled brat that doesn't want to relinquish his toy over to his cousin. I mean, hey,
Yeah.
man.
Well, yeah.
I mean, shit.
And I mean, me and Miles did not get a chance to just really go in depth into it because he had to go to a job interview today. But he and I were going to get more in depth into the Eastman letter, but we were watching it, and the attorney's name that I was talking about, that was the advisor to Pence, that was Luttig. And today, it was kind of funny. Somebody knocked on my office door, and they like, Jennifer, are you watching this? And they're like, can you tell me what's wrong with him? And I'm looking at Luttig, and like one of his eyes were like this, and the other one was like this. And I'm
Who,
like,
the judge?
yeah,
talking about
the former
the judge?
judge. Yeah, I said
He
he's
took a
not
long goddamn
cognitive.
time with this shit.
Well, I mean, I was waiting on him to yell banana cream pie when they asked him a question because
It was
he
a
was
squirrel.
out of there.
Squirrel.
Yeah. He was
Looking
out
like
of there.
politics and shit. Really, to me.
I mean, he was kind of like, And I'm like,
Well,
they checked him out of the home.
speaking of droning on, we already fucked out 20 minutes of your time. It's time to play some music.
Yep. 20.
So let's do that, and we'll come back with some more HoodCast.
Yep. We'll be right back, y'all.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast.
It's gangsta rap motto. Swift Chase.
Astronaut on the beat.
You gotta be nice to be in this tight circle of hours. We sacrifice working for hours, so you should turn this up. Bangkok fam. You gotta be nice to be in this tight circle of hours. We sacrifice working for hours, so you should turn this up. Fam, you must not know how hot I am. I'm the man. Every time I rock a jam, my band say, it's gang. Even my mama could be proud of how I sacrifice working for hours. Bangers, yo, turn this up. You make your neighbors have to knock on the door. Cause soon as they get an earful, they gon' be rocking for sure. This hip-hop shit in my blood, I sweat it out my pores. Anywhere I perform, I deserve to get a round of applause. This for my old school homies who knew me back when I was course. It was LBA to the death. I used to tag it on the force. Some spots were so high, I couldn't get up there. Some fellas never cared like that nigga Astro, he got a berry. You gotta be nice to be in this tight circle of hours. We sacrifice working for hours, so you should turn this up. I'm an ox holder, Hennessy shot thrower, borderline bipolar, Burger Street block soldier. Even at my 9 to 5, I am not sober. Bitches getting knocked up, niggas getting knocked over. Home and making certain is the reason I gotta write to you. You don't put out the type of music I could take a liking to. Think that you can speak as niggas let you grip a mic or two. Just cause you wanna court don't mean you can do the things Mike can do. Tell you what's gonna happen, you gonna tell me what you might can do. And I'll embarrass you in front of niggas who be hyping you. Cause this rap shit be calming my nerves. A master craftsman with these bars, see how I'm carving my words. Don't ever think I got the heart of a herb. I blow smoke in your bitch face, look you in yours, they part of my herb. This shit is easy like a part through a perm. Plus when I die, you gon' still hit my heart through my urn. The type of skills I got is harder to learn. Now you can take my word, or we could go and have the murder confirm. You gotta be nice to be in this tight circle of hours. We sacrifice working for hours, so you should turn this up. You gotta be nice to be in this tight circle of hours. We sacrifice working for hours, so you should turn this up.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast.
We have returned. Second segment of and I should have said in the first segment, yeah, you want your music played on HoodTech HoodCast. Please don't be shy. Send your MP3s to the HoodCast@gmail.com and we'll get you in here like sweet. So we are back.
My goddamn hair giving me a fight. Sorry.
But it's luxurious.
Fuck it all over my head. Shit all over my head.
Yeah, he's still in the weak little hair state.
Mm-hmm. So, lady won 42 million. They told it was a mistake.
So this is an old story. This is a relatively old story, gentlemen. So I was up late being weird, and
We'll come back to that
I
later.
ran across this story. I ran across this old story on the Shade Room. So as you can see on my screen, Casino tells $42 million slot machine winner that the machine malfunctioned. Now this lady's name is Katrina Bookman. Now she's from New York, and this happened 2018, I believe. So this has been
2016.
a while ago.
The story is published 2016.
2016. And long story short, it said $42 million. And I'm reading some of the comments from us melanated people. And they're like, she should have known that she couldn't win $42 million on a slot machine, this, that, and the third. Well, you know, I got this little segment on my Facebook page called Y'all Got Me Up. Because let me tell y'all something, we all would have been some fighting in there that evening. She was offered the $2.25 that she put in that slot machine and a steak dinner. Let me tell y'all something now. I would have made local, national, international news in every newspaper in every language you can imagine if they had told me
$2 back
in 25 cents and offered her a steak dinner and their apologies
versus 42 million.
Let me share something with y'all. There's no way, if I had ended up on the news, I would have been like this.
Handcuffed like a motherfucker. That's like you hit the lottery and they be like, no, that ticket's not valid. It was
the devil is a lie and his mama is too. When I tell you half my family would have showed up at that casino, the casino is still standing, the workers are still there. Let me tell y'all something. Those people would have been pouring out that casino like roaches in the projects when the lights came on. There is no way in the world.
We would have done $42 million worth of damage.
Pretty much.
Like somebody gonna come up out of 42 million.
Somebody is gonna come up off that money.
Insurance company, somebody finna pay.
Somehow, some way. Everybody somehow, some way.
So where is she now? What's is there a current?
And here's what's interesting. So when I was on the Shade Room site, everybody was asking, where is this sister now? Mm-hmm. And Shade Room said that they were gonna look into what happened to this story because she was planning on suing the casino. And Margot, welcome back, Margot. Margot is back with us. There is no way.
We don't got no update. We don't know where
Shade Room is actually actively looking for her. So I am now following the Shade Room because of this story. Because
you about to get a handful of all kinds of.
I got to know what happened because I'm telling y'all now, I would be actively serving my sentence.
They're gonna. I hope they find. However they find. I hope she's doing well and in good spirits.
She's doing well.
I know that hot 5 minutes before they told her that shit wasn't valid.
Boy, let me tell you something.
Her life changes flash before her eyes.
And you know what? And this also wants me to pose this question to you all because I think deeply. I'm somewhat of the Rhodes Scholar of the group. You know, it was alleged I eat pizza with a fork and a knife.
You do.
If you were to win that amount of money, what would you do? Like, what would you do? Cokie.
Well, me?
Cokie. Now, hold on. Wait. Stop.
Cokie be like, my holes will grow.
Wait. Now, Cokie, listen.
My bitches will be better.
Wait a minute. Uncle Cokie, before you start.
My gator collection.
I like gators. You know I love gators.
Listen, Uncle Cokie, before you start.
You're getting the whole crayon box color for a gator.
Before you start, choir rehearsal was canceled.
So Mama's watching?
Yes. Don't.
You know, Cokie got the unexplicit mouth. Though anyway, I would some things. The first thing I'm going to do is get gone for a whole month. I'm going to grab my kids, my mom, and everyone, and we're just going to go somewhere and sit down and just figure out what we're going to do at this point in time, you know. And then I get my closest people after that month is over, and invite them for a family gathering. My closest family and friends. And I just get to dispersing our money, and depends on what tier you are. You know, I probably start off with like 100,000.
What tier you are? Cokie got friendship tears.
Yeah, you know. Mm-hmm.
And he got friendship tears. You said.
I thought it was going to say it depends on your skills on the pole.
Right. And you know what I love about Cokie? Cokie is trying to clean this up and whitewash this as best as he know how, and I'm really proud of him. I'm really proud of his effort.
I am. Tickle the butt.
He said, "What tier you are?"
50,000, 100,000.
When he said tier, I was like, "Yeah."
When he said tier, this has nothing to do with friends. Did you, Biggs? Did you see me do this?
What's the word tier? Hit the table. I was like, "Oh yeah, this is dirty."
Yeah, when he said tier, I was like,
"Baby, what tier you on?" I'm on a platinum tier.
Right.
You
got a gold card membership, silver.
I mean, it's like the bedroom. You know, you can get the bedroom package, you can get a light package, You can get the heavyweight package, you know what I'm saying? You can get the mediocre package, you know what I mean, depending on what kind of package you want.
Oh,
You know, I mean,
oh my god, oh my god, dude! I tried my best, but you said tear.
You
I
said
was
tear,
like,
that was it.
You said run, mama. I said, mama, run, mama.
Hey.
Mama, turn the computer off now.
Listen, no, last week, teabagging. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh man.
Oh no.
When he said that, I'm like, I'm gonna get a text message where she's gonna ask me what that means.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to explain it to her. That is a way of making tea, mama. Where you allow it to steep
you got
for
to
a
have strong quads.
Have strong quads. Well, Jen, if I won that kind of money,
let's coke and be quiet.
If I won that kind of money, I would go and buy up the hood.
And see, that's me. I would buy up the hood. But you know what's interesting for me? If I won that amount of money, no one would know.
Oh, y'all gonna know when I show up in this gold Hummer with 2 tigers in the back telling me I'm buying the hood.
You know what my favorite? Y'all know what my favorite thing was?
This girl with tigers in the back.
Do y'all remember the Dave Chappelle sketch about reparations?
Oh,
y'all remember that? That is my favorite. That was my favorite. Yeah, that was my favorite sketch ever. But I would, one thing about home, about here, driving around, and you see some of these neighborhoods that was once very beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody's reinvested in them. Those old houses just sit there, and they sit there, and they sit there. And these stores that you used to go into as kids, they just sit.
Yep. It's like the South Side is full of them.
Yeah, but do you remember how nice that was in certain decades?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's funny. I lived on South Side for 10 years, but I didn't grow up on South Side. I grew up closer to 12th, and I grew up close to Highland Court.
Right, but do you remember actually seeing flowers over there?
Mm-hmm.
And people with elephant ears and plants in their yard?
Yep.
And
kids playing touch football in the street.
Yeah, my cousin still lives off Wright Avenue.
Mm-hmm.
Annie Maple Abrams, Lady Abrams, my cousin, and she still has one of the prettiest yards over there.
Yep. I mean, I would buy up the hood. I don't know if y'all been watching how News Jackson was on Nightly News NBC. How
and Margot, you right, South Side of Chicago. Yeah.
Right. Well, they were like in areas like Iowa that generally have low house prices because of the corporations are coming in where they're building these communities and they're buying whole blocks of houses and they're paying, cash for them. So people are trying to bid to compete to get homes, and the corporations are outbidding them on them, and the developers don't give a shit because all they're doing is they're fucking buying them. I don't know who the fuck is this calling me.
One of them hoes.
One of them hoes. No, I don't have hoes calling me.
You better not.
No, I don't have any hoes.
I promise you,
my defense attorney, Kokomo the Don, he'll be handling it.
Can y'all see Koki as a defense attorney?
Hell yeah, and he gonna believe everything you're telling you.
Yeah,
that's my man.
Turn on Judge Jerry.
Hey, listen, I would make a great trial lawyer for the simple
Judge Jerry.
fact is like it is. If it's fucked up, it's fucked up, and I'm gonna explain to you all the ways that it is fucked up. If you innocent, goddamn me, I'm gonna get you off, and then if you did do it, I can probably still get you off with some technicalities or some shit that they fucked up on.
I can probably get them out on technicality. Shit, I need. What I was saying is these people are buying. These corporations are buying up these houses, and folks that can afford to buy houses, they're getting outbid by corporations. And then end up having to rent the same houses they tried to buy.
If y'all don't believe me, look at the area where they when they redid Alltel Arena and turned it into Verizon, and how Jackson's Cookies moved out of there, and what they did with that neighborhood where those houses were, how they took all that over.
That's the Argenta district, right? Is that Argenta now?
That's gentrification.
No, I'm saying the neighborhoods. Is that the neighborhood called Argenta?
Mm-hmm.
They flipped the shit out of that.
Yeah, but look at the pricing.
Oh, dude, I went home and
to the Facebook users, you're right. We talk about how these people are getting these gas stations, but yeah, they won't work together. And the thing about it is that we compete against one another so tough. For example, look at the black barber and beauty supplies, how they sit up here and they compete against each other. There is a black owned three within a certain mile radius, and I mentioned this before, speaking to one of the Facebook users that I was watching. Right now, there is an Arab owned super beauty supply store that is killing the three black ones that are in my area that are less than 5 minutes away. And guess what? The three black ones are cheaper than the Arab owned ones, but everybody wants to go to the Arab one.
Because it's new.
Exactly.
In Little Rock, I'm gonna tell you something. In Little Rock, and I can say this as an expert on my town. In Little Rock, anything is hot and popping for 18 months.
Yep.
That is a town that if you come in there don't come in there with a 10-year plan, 20-year plan. Come in there with a first 18-month plan. You can, huh?
Just hear him out.
What do you say?
Just hear him out.
Oh. You come in there with an 18-month plan. And for them first 18 months, you're going to make all your money you spent. You're going to make your profit. But you just got to have an exit plan. Because after 18 months, generally folks in, and I'm talking about Little Rock. I ain't talking about Arkansas. I ain't talking about the down south. Folks in Little Rock, my hometown, everything shiny and new lasts for 18 months. That's how long they like it. That's how long they want to go to it. They all park their cars at it, show up, blah, 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 blah. Within 18 months, they fall back to their staples. Whatever the regular club they go to, whatever regular spot they go smoke at, whatever regular spot they buy their liquor.
That's for restaurants, that's for liquor stores.
Everything. Yeah. You can open a new liquor store in the middle of Little Rock. For 18 months, that bitch gonna be jumping.
You're right, Mark.
Going into the second year, the shit started dwindling down. People start going back to wherever they go to. You gotta reface that bitch, turn it around, put some new panties on it, pop it back out again, and claim it something new. Now let me
say this about black-owned business. I reinvest into my melanated people, but I'm gonna say this: I am not as hard on my melanated people as others are, because I'm gonna tell you something about us shopping with us, investing in us, buying with us. You have a good experience, you tell a few people. You have a bad experience, you tell everybody. But when it comes down to us, with the exception of one business that is no longer in business, she was just trash altogether. I talked about this before, go a few shows back, whatever. Sorry to hear that, sis. Wish you the best of luck. Adjust your attitude. But
Jesus, you're taking forever to tell us this.
Look, I had a conversation with this sister. I'm like, look, this is the problem. I need you to show up on time. I need your price to be your price.
Oh, she one of them rotating prices people?
Yeah. And
prices change depending on what her capability is that month?
Right. And I told her, I said, I'll fool with you all day long. But I said, you have to set the standard for your business in order for me to interact with you. Period. I said, this conversation is between me and you. I'm not finna go and run out the rabbit hole and tell everybody and their mom and their next door neighbor. But you got to improve on this. And she's done well for the last 6 years. She got DoorDash and Uber Eats and everybody else fooling with her. And she's done well.
Well, man, I think in that, just again, speaking about that small town, the black business that can thrive, you don't have to be greedy. You don't have to gouge people. You don't have to overcharge. But people need to be willing to pay for quality service, and people need to deliver quality service. Don't go to your friend's business and ask for a discount. You don't show up at Wendy's and McDonald's and ask for a discount.
Right. And you don't, like the nail salons and the spas, you don't go and ask the Vietnamese nail lady and the Arab lady that's sitting up here waxing and bleaching your butt for 10% or 20% off, but you'll go ask the sister to do that. For what? Because y'all both black? Don't do that.
Don't do that. No, because I mean, at the end of the day, they got the same supplies, they got the same overhead, they got the same equipment.
That's bogus when you do shit like that.
That's bogus. I'm not gonna do that.
But I mean, like I said, they got the same overhead. Me and you doing the same service. We got the same overhead. So why you think I can do it cheaper?
Going to the same supplier to supply a lot of the same products that are being used.
Of course. So don't think that, my bill can be cheaper than yours.
Just like if I wanted, Just like
I don't
if I
deserve the money
wanted
either.
you, Biggs, to do a graphic or to do a beat, just because I know you, I'm not expecting you to charge me any less because we're on a podcast together. What
Good.
you charge is what you charge.
I'm a beg to differ on that. Speaking for herself, Big. She's speaking for herself.
I'm gonna need a little track. I'm gonna need a little something.
But you know what? That's just me.
You just steal them like G-Mac.
Case in point, if I can point, for example, if I can sit here and I can point you into the direction, healthcare wise, to where I know where you can get a medication that would normally charge you anywhere from $120 to $130, and I have a system that I can point you to get it for a whole lot less, then I'm gonna do that. What would it befit me to withhold that information from you?
And why would it?
Yeah, but I mean, that's.
And speaking of,
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
We were speaking of money. And I was thinking about the money. I'm thinking about this goddamn gas that I'm spending $150 on a week. Gas.
$150.
I mean,
what are you driving?
Acura.
Oh yeah, you are spending $150. Carry on. Especially at Lincoln. You got a big tank.
So that's and I live in Texas, so you know everywhere in Texas is big.
Listen, does anybody want to buy a Hellcat? Anybody?
I've had plenty of Hellcats before. I've been trying to get rid of one for the longest time.
Nobody wants to buy no damn Hellcat.
You talking about a car, right? Ain't talking about a woman, right?
I got a Cougar. I've been trying to unload for weeks.
Somebody please take it from me. And you know what? You know what it is? I think it's my female ego that made me want it. I mean, I gotta sit on a pillow to drive it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, what are you standing on when you go to the gas pump? What you standing on a cinder block? Crying?
Pretty much.
Tears running down your face every time the fucking numbers turn over.
When I go get gas, at least you can take me out to dinner and tell me I was cute first.
Right? I know driving that Hellcat, though, every time you tap that motherfucker, it feels like...
Every time I make a left turn.
Feels like a sexual encounter.
Yes, of a creepy kind.
Feel like I've been unwantedly touched in a manner in which I was not accustomed to.
Just inappropriately. I feel like that white man in that restaurant that you was telling us about.
Well, he liked it his though. He liked it his though.
You don't know that.
He enjoyed it. He enjoyed it. Trust me, he enjoyed it.
No, he said
and you know what? I got a coworker that keeps asking me about that. He keeps asking me about that. I'm like, sir, I have no idea what that place is called.
I can't remember the place either. I have to ask my
you
boy
know
J-Bo's
what?
name of that place.
Let me say this. As a heterosexual black man, you really shouldn't. Okay, what are you doing?
I don't understand it from the woman who has all the mask and the beating.
That's what I be saying all the time. You know what I mean? I'm like, damn, you the...
Jen, you be giving mixed messages.
Yeah,
what?
You told that man he shouldn't want to get smacked, but then you the queen of smacking
No, I mean, I have no issues with that. I'm just saying is you should want to know what the name of that place is. I personally want to see it.
Oh, you know the name of the place. I thought you meant want to get smacked. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I have no issues with spanking.
We almost at the end of that time. We gotta play some music. Let's play some music. Y'all ain't got weird.
No, we'll be right back.
Spank your own ass.
And the HoodCast.
It's CG Mac, Big Cash, and you listen to Hood Tech presents the HoodCast.
And the HoodCast.
You already know Gio got that sauce.
I beat on my chest like a monster. In the streets of the demons that haunt you. Run moving your ass is a goner. Oh, you hang with the killers and robbers. You know that I be with the ghouls and goblins. In the night like a bat, but we kill out robbing. We'll fuck up the streets till we dead in the coffin. I beat on my chest like a monster. In the streets of the demons that haunt you. Run moving your ass is a goner. Oh, you hang with the killers and robbers. You know that I be with the ghouls and goblins. In the night like a bat, but we kill out robbing. We'll fuck up the streets till we dead in the coffin. Gang. We free the birds, gotta kill all the snakes. Got a little buzz and I seen all the hate. Some people feel the spirits turn out to be fake. Don't see black and white, bitch, I see through the gray. Give me a deal and I post by the bait. We talk about money, get the fuck out my face. Won't go back and forth, 50 ass with a K. My partner be tripping, he sleep with a Drake. But I like to ride with a mask. I throw that bitch on, dressing all black. Say the wrong thing and I blast. But I'm trying to blast like a rocket. I hit from behind to your bitch on the topic. And if it ain't a feed that you copy, come get you some gas to the plug, I'm a socket. I beat on my chest like a monster. In the streets with the demons that haunt you. Run, movie, your ass is a goner. Oh, you hang with the killers and robbers. You know that I be with the ghouls and goblins. In the night like a bat, but we kill out robbing. We'll fuck up the streets till we dead in the coffin. I beat on my chest like a monster. In the streets with the demons that haunt you. Run, movie, your ass is a goner. Oh, you hang with the killers and robbers. You know that I be with the ghouls and goblins. In the night like a bat, but we kill out robbing. We'll fuck up the streets till we dead in the coffin. You know that this killer be killed. Make the wrong move and your ass to get peeled. And you always need to ride with your steel. Cause I know some hard heads and street trades for skill. And I'm in the place where this week can put on for my team. To my piece, I'm the teacher. And I ain't got a cap on the 6 to wherever I rap it, you know you gon' feel it. And I want me a house on the hill, turn over with the chains and flex with a grill. If you turn what I got, then I'm down for the kill. I ever get jammed, I'm never gon' squeal. I beat on my chest like a monster. In the streets with the demons that haunt you. Run, movie, your ass is a goner. Oh, you hang with the killers and robbers. You know that I be with the ghouls and goblins. In the night like a bat, but we kill out robbing. We'll fuck up the streets till we dead in the coffin. I beat on my chest like a monster. In the streets with the demons that haunt you. Run, movie, your ass is a goner. Oh, you hang with the killers and robbers. You know that I be with the ghouls and goblins. In the night like a bat, but we kill out robbing. We'll fuck up the streets till we dead in the coffin. I beat on my chest like a monster. In the streets with the demons that haunt you. Run, movie, your ass is a goner. Oh, you hang with the killers and robbers. You know that I be with the ghouls and goblins. In the night like a bat, but we kill out robbing. We'll fuck up the streets till we dead in the coffin. I beat on my chest like a monster. In the streets with the demons that haunt you. Run, movie, your ass is a goner. Oh, you hang with the killers and robbers. You know that I be with the ghouls and goblins. In the night like a bat, but we kill out robbing. We'll fuck up the streets till we dead in the coffin.
What's good, people? Where everybody at?
Today is Tupac Shakur's 51st birthday, and today would have been my grandfather's 103rd birthday. Tupac Shakur and my grandfather shared the same date of birth and the same death date.
Have you ever seen him in the same place at the same time?
Child, is possible.
Thinking your granddaddy was Tupac.
That was his favorite. That was his favorite rapper. But you know what's weird? There was a guy that used to work at McDonald's on Broadway, the old one, before they closed it, that favored Tupac. And I remember they put that out there on MySpace, and folks would not leave that boy alone.
Poor man got famous for all the wrong reasons.
All wrong reasons. I remember
15
that.
minutes of fame ran him out.
15 minutes of fame. Yeah.
So what was this thing you was talking about, this rapper that got harassed?
So there is this 16-year-old kid. His name is BKP Pole. He's from Florida, and he was driving. Yeah, these babies and these names, child. I have reached the age where I don't know who half these kids rapping.
I don't even know anybody that was on double XL cover. I didn't recognize not one person.
I knew who Saucy Santana was.
I know NL Chopper because he's from my hometown, you know. So
who's that?
Yeah, Chopper. He's from Memphis. You know?
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know him.
So anyway, moving on. So this kid was driving through this neighborhood, and they didn't like the way he was driving. So they threw very large rocks and broke his car window and berated this kid. And he tried to de-escalate the situation until the police came. It was recorded. 2 white guys. I'm sorry. Inhabitants of said mountains of Caucasus. And these 2 guys were arrested. They made bail. And now there's an issue in this neighborhood because we're not our ancestors.
Martin fucked it up. Oops, I shouldn't say that.
Oops, I should.
Disclaimer alert.
So wait a minute. He was driving in their neighborhood and they harassed him?
Mm-hmm.
So this was a white neighborhood? or interracial, wasn't a majority black neighborhood.
You know how many times that happened over
It's caucus neighborhood.
decades upon decades?
I mean, this is the deal.
Here we go.
I didn't like the way he was driving.
I mean, no, this is the deal that I feel with the other side of the
Mac, darling.
Yeah.
Uncle Cookie is speaking.
I
Box,
just,
please.
she wants a disclaimer because she thinks I'm really going to show out.
You are. You are.
I
Yes,
just
you are.
feel that they should realize that, hey, we ain't going nowhere. We're going to be here. You know, let's just all just get along, do the best that we can to as a race, because it ain't but one race, and that's the human race. You know, stop the
I like
bullshit.
when people say that. It ain't but one
Isn't that
race.
cute?
It's just a human race.
I
It's
mean,
all one
because
society.
I mean, and that's only because I am the original man that made man. I mean, it wouldn't be none of these other people,
Folks, other people.
ethnicities,
Inhabitants.
that exist if it wasn't
Sunfires.
for me.
Right.
You know, so as me being the original mankind,
We are Earth.
What's that? Mankind.
they are mankind. I'm not. I am the original man.
So I'm sorry, getting back to what Steve was talking about, this dude though. He drove the neighborhood, he got harassed, he got his car window broken, the police came, he didn't get shot, did he?
Praise God.
Okay, I thought we was going down a really dark ass hole here.
No. Thank God, no dark holes tonight. Thank you, Mama.
That could be so lewd.
Dark hole.
Stop right there. Stop right there. I walked right to the edge of that one, and I saw you coming. I put out a net to catch you because I knew you was gonna jump.
Yeah, because you said hole.
You said it. I saw his eyes.
Have no hair on it or nothing.
Hey, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm saying. I already. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I thought you said Grandma give us a pass.
Even then, though, that one was too just. I'm like, Jen, you like Scottie Pippen, and he was Jordan coming to get that alley-oop.
It's going to be a total alley-oop. There was no game.
He was coming around like this, like,
yeah.
And I'm hanging in there, motherfucker. Too.
I'm like the defensive player. I'm trying to block Hogan from getting to the rim because I'm
hanging both ways, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the
shatter the glass and everything, wasn't it?
Then I'm hanging like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
Ooh, that was about to be.
I'm talking about he was going to bounce it off the backboard.
He was about to three-peat.
Yeah, it was going to be nasty. I was like, don't say it.
But they were arrested. They will be charged. This is a felony. We actually have inhabitants of the mountains of Caucasus being charged with a felony, people.
For harassing somebody.
I mean, that don't mean it's gonna fucking stick. Okay. It's hard to sound good.
Okay.
You know?
Well, I'm taking a positive approach. So he was in somebody's neighborhood. They harassed him. He didn't get shot.
Thank
God.
That's great. Unfortunately,
but you know what?
That
Do
has
you
to be
not realize that there has been a mass shooting or an attempt of a mass shooting every week for the last 3 weeks?
It's been one like that for the last 3 years. I mean, you know, a mass shooting is considered attempted of 4 more people. Is it 3 or more people? Or 4?
3 or more.
Yeah, so don't buy into too much of the hype because the news will be mass shootings was making people click shit. They'll start reporting 2 gang members shooting at each other. It's a mass shooting. Nah, it's not. It's 2 gang members shooting. There just happen to be 6 motherfuckers out there. It's not a mass shooting.
But I'm telling you, man, when I go out now, I'll be like this. I'm on a swivel, boy. I'll be like this. I can't
You're supposed to be on a swivel anyway.
But don't get me wrong. I don't go nowhere. You know how you used to go to Target and just walk around the store while your wife
First
shopping
of
and all
all,
that?
it is not Target. It is Target.
I forgot pizza with a fork and a knife ass nigga. So when I go to Target,
I like Target. Target is like really like.
Yeah, you get your evening gown from the JC Penney's.
You know what? I have not been in JCPenney, I know, in over maybe 5 years.
Well, most of them closed, but it's one thing. Most of them closed. You gotta get that shit online.
Yeah, I haven't been in there in a long time.
Shit online.
But Target is nice though.
But ain't no more going to. I remember when I first went to Target and saw the men's section for the shaving shit, but I was in there like, just shopping. No more of that shit for me. I'm
You
in,
know
I'm
what
out.
though?
I
They
get my
have
shit, I'm
they have
gone.
Manscaped in there now.
I don't give a fuck what they got. I'm not hanging around long enough to get caught in a bullet spree. That's my whole point. I have a list of shit that I'm going to get at the store. I go in the store, I get
But
my shit, I
men
leave.
shop like that anyway. You know, y'all are not like tactile creatures like women, where y'all are in there. Ooh,
But you know, during the pandemic, because the grocery store was the only thing open, that
well,
became like a
Cokie, we know
social
you
outlet.
are because you have to feel the suit and touch it. But
He's like,
I really like my suit like this right here, though.
oh, Cokie just stretched his arms.
Okay, on that note, your world, it's time for
random. All right, who's going first?
ladies first.
Ladies first. Ladies first. Jen.
Huh. I'm sorry.
Okay. Back, Jen. Come back. Jen. Wake up.
Okay.
Come back.
Okay. You never know how strong you can be until that is the only choice you have left. Tupac Shakur.
Oh. That's a good one. That's a good one. Mine, it's never too late to stop being a hoe. The Great Pimp C.
Wait
and actually, the quote is, "It's never too late to stop being a bitch."
Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute. Now hold on.
Well, we quoting our favorite dead rappers, so Pimp C. And actually, the full line is, if you got a partner in prison, you need to send us some shit because it's never too late to stop being a bitch.
Wait a minute. My favorite Pimp C quote: "Take that monkey shit off of you, embarrassing us." That was my dude.
Take that monkey shit off you, embarrassing us. All right, who got the next
I need that on a shirt.
Who got the next one?
I go. The pain will leave once you get through teaching yourself.
Pain will leave when you get through teaching yourself.
That can apply in several ways. I don't know how to feel about that one.
Well, I'm sure when you're off camera alone, you'll figure it out. So you'll work right on through those issues.
And the dog.
Sorry, Mom.
And the dog. These
you do teaching yourself. All right. All right, G-Mac, what you got for us?
Are you already went, man?
Huh?
You already went?
Yeah, I already went. That was my Pimp C quote.
People out there in the workforce. This is from G-Mac. Damn. Get run up my last random statement.
I got one more though. Lay down and stand up.
Don't lay down and stand up. Don't like the views. You don't want to ride the rocket. All right, G-Mac, go ahead. We got to get out of here.
Damn, she done made me forget what the fuck I was going to say.
Shit. Oh, my goodness.
I like that beat in the back.
What were you going to say, G-Mac? Mute Jen so we can hear you.
This show fucking made me forget what I was going to say. It was just damn. I guess I'll just live your life. Live your life. Fuck it.
Live your life. Live your life.
R&B. Fucking live your life.
YOLO. You only live once.
You only live once, bro.
You don't get to come back and say, I'm going to do it one more time.
Nope.
Do it now, goddammit.
For $100.
For $100. All right, y'all. We about to get out of here.
In segments.
3-minute segments, $100 a pop. Let's go. Rabbit punching the whole time.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, thank y'all for tuning in to our foolishness.
Peace out, motherfuckers.
Back Monday night, same time. Y'all have a very good day.
Have a hood day.
Have a hood day.
HoodTech presents the HoodCast. HoodTech presents the HoodCast.